They look good.
Alright, now I'm doing the hardware recording. This is the part that will actually get uploaded in the VOD. So let's get our intro in here. Alright, greetings and welcome, gentles and ladiesmen, to the Super Mario Sunshine 100% stream. I'm Exio, and joining me today is my friend Nikonaqua who you guys may know for his reviews. He recently posted a pretty neat Sonic video. Go check that out after the stream.
I've
he
been
also,
away for a while, but
more
I'm
importantly,
back, baby.
More importantly, he just released his first. He just self-published his own comic book, and it's really, really good. Technically 2 books, but it was originally intended to be 1. And you can, it's available on Amazon Kindle and on print on demand through Amazon CreateSpace. If you can, I would recommend the print version. And you can, I'm sure I can add a link or something in when I upload this video to YouTube. That will show you where you can get that, but it's called Plant Ripple. It is quite good. I was fortunate enough to have an early preview, and yeah, I was very enamored with the world and the characters, and I think you would all enjoy it as well. So,
oh, thank you. Yeah, just so everyone knows, it's about an autistic cyborg girl in a world that's completely flooded. Talks about disabilities and how we treat people with them quite a bit, and well, that's basically it. Actually, just one thing. If you buy it through CreateSpace, I get more royalties than if you buy it through Amazon. Just a little bit more, but you know, every bit helps. So anyway, on with the game, and thanks a lot for that, Exo. I really wasn't expecting that pat on the back just now at the start of your stream.
Oh, it's all right. You know, as long as people are watching and we're both here, I thought, you know, might as well tell folks about it. All right. Okay, got the. What's that? Is that Mario?
Ooh.
Oh no. Yep, I'm 100%ing it.
I love the way their hands are animated, the way the pinatas are just going like with their fingers. Just the way they talk.
Yeah, sponsored by Audible.com. Makama hum 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 hum.
The sound they make when you spray them and they get all upset.
No! What's interesting about this title screen is that each one of those letters is its own texture. Like, I was doing some texture hacking work through Dolphin. I had a phase way back when I was in, like, maybe in junior high, where I was really into ROM hacking. And, yeah, I really enjoyed hacking, Mario games in particular, and adding in my own graphics. It was difficult because the palettes are fixed.
It's weird, I could kind of see it just now. From the weird, like, janky edges around each of the letters, I could tell that some of them were, like, layers over the other ones. Like when you say something as a TIFF or a PSD.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's easier to tell when you're looking at the original digital footage, because this is like an analog conversion of the original digital image in the console. Which is, I don't know. None of my ROM hacks are really that good or even complete.
I really like.
And now we have.
Brain. It's just a great design.
Yeah, it's cute. When Eric and I did the Let's Play, we kept having recording issues, and so we watched this opening like 3 times, and then it was just like, it had gotten so predictable that we were just like, we were like singing the Shadow Mario music before it was even happening, because we knew, yeah.
I just noticed the engines on the plane are like square-shaped. How would those even turn? Yeah, whatever.
Alrighty. So,
Toadsworth has
looks
a
like we
pretty
got
good
that
design.
fucker sinking.
I like the use of those colors on his mushroom top head to convey that he's like old and rotted and covered with mold.
The A button is key. Yeah. I don't know, I usually don't talk much with the NPCs when I play these games. Help you? You crazy? We're the ones who need help. Take that water pump and clean the airstrip, you. And here, whoops. Hashtag boss nass, the best part of Phantom Menace.
Oh, jeez. Wasn't even referencing that.
Wait, Mario actually talks in the Japanese version? I didn't know that.
What?
Yeah, apparently it says they actually removed Mario. Super Sat Cooper says they actually removed Mario's dialogue here in the scene. It's only in the Japanese
shit.
version, though.
I gotta see this.
Like, I don't know what he says. Did they? Is it Charles Martinet?
It can't be. It must have been. Like,
I didn't know about.
I always find it weird that
Well,
you see Mario's arms in this game. I actually think it's a great attention to detail because it's like it's hot here, and he's got to roll those sleeves up. The man's wearing overalls like over his shirt. He's gonna get heat struck if he doesn't do that. I like how Peach's dress doesn't have sleeves either.
Yeah. And she's got like a parasol. I should do a Super Princess P.
Flood is such an ingenious gimmick. I can't wait for Odyssey because it's like every level has its own outfit, its own hat, and who knows, maybe each hat works a little differently, so it's like every level has its own Flood.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that game. No, I don't need to hear your explanation again, Floody boy. Yeah, he's just saying the same crap. Alright.
Oh man, I love how the screws on the sides of his like nozzle are supposed to be like his eyes. I just think such a good design. This game's full of great character designs like that. Even the pinatas, they look cool. I like how they're all wearing those those skirts, but they match the leaves on their heads. And now for the tie-dye ink monster thing.
Yeah, the polluted piranha. The first of 5. Because we really need to fight this many. Because I was even like watching the Treehouse stream for Super Mario Odyssey, and they're talking about how you fight the characters from the evil wedding planning company like multiple times, and I'm like, yep, this is an open world 3D Mario game, alright. Wouldn't be complete without repeating bosses.
Bleh. That sound they make when you spray them in the mouth, that won't get old. Okay, yeah, you're much better at doing these than I am.
Yeah, that wasn't even a super great one.
That was better than mine. At least you sounded like you were actually in pain.
Nah, I'm fine. I don't know what my CPU is thinking.
Yeah, I never knew playing this game as a kid that you could come back to this place later on.
Yeah, that was one of those cool moments. Yeah, I enjoyed that too when the guy shows up and says, "Hey, give me 10 coins and I'll ferry you back to the airstrip." I'm like, oh.
I love the shadows in this game. How, at least in some shots, it looks like everyone's got this weird cell shading effect. It's a very light one. It's not like ones where like you just see black blotches all over characters' bodies, but it looks good. I mean, we should just come out and say it now. This game is beautiful.
It is.
Also, where's Mario's lawyer? I remember seeing him in the review. Where's King K?
Yeah. Let's see. So I know that Haydox is gonna join later. Apparently he's out at the moment.
Jeez, it looks like a septic tank exploded in the town. That one shot of it from afar, there's just this giant brown smear covering the place. Terrible.
Brown sauce. Yo, Jay, you want to join the chat, mein Freund? Well, thank you, Victor. And that was only like the evidentiary issues. I happen to have taken a whole class on evidence law, so I could do that, but yeah, I'm sure there are many other issues.
Mario looks.
Point is, Mario did not get a fair trial.
Mario looks so meh in this scene. He's just like, well, I guess that's it. He doesn't look scared or phased or anything. He didn't even fight back.
Well, shit.
I sure wish I knew more than 3 words. Ooh, I like how you can see like the inside of the screws on Flood's head in this scene. The indentations. I don't think you can usually see those. These cutscenes are super
they're
detailed.
Yeah, the cutscenes are pre-rendered, and if you play the game in Dolphin, they look like crap because they're super compressed. But the analog conversion actually makes them look better. It makes it look more like the actual footage, you know. But yeah, the in-game character model for Flood is different from the one in these cutscenes. The one in the cutscenes is more detailed.
Oh man, I just love the way everything in this game looks. The fruit, the buildings, everything. Even the shine sprites. The shine sprites are such a great design as a not star with the 3 prongs at the top that look like a crown, and then the 5 other smaller ones along the edges, and like the whole round thing. Just neat. Like, I think those are every bit as iconic as the normal stars you usually get.
Yep.
Go straight that way. You can't miss the mess, pal. Your first job's to get rid of all that ugliness. And remember, we'll be watching you, pal. We'll know if you start slacking off.
I'm surprised some of these structures are being held up by just a few wooden beams. I guess they're not that heavy.
Alright. We're gonna make this a little easier for ourselves.
I can kind of appreciate that
they
mixed some white streaks into that crap smear so it doesn't look quite like it's actually shit. Because it just looks like molten chocolate with fluff in it or mixed in. It's not quite as nasty.
Interesting point.
Wait, what did you think I was talking about when I said white stuff?
No, the white streaks in the paint. I know what you're talking about.
Never mind, I'm not gonna...
Princess, look! On the statue's head!
And then he just shows up. And this part is my favorite because Shadow Mario is clearly coming right towards her and she just fucking stands there and lets him do it.
I like that weird distorted guitar riff that accompanies him like...
I suppose that's what you'd call that. I never really thought about it that way.
I guess I'm just hearing it wrong.
No, you're not hearing it wrong. It's just I never thought about what you'd call that. Well, this is something that annoys me, is that if you take touch damage from Junior over here... Oh, I guess I just spoiled it by accident.
No, it's just Mario Jr. He's Mario's son.
Yeah, this is Mario's son.
He made a
took
Mario.
a bad turn.
He made an M on the ground. He's putting logos everywhere. I forgot.
Just like Google, I guess. Yeah. I like that little noise it makes when you hit Shadow Marion. Shat on Marion. Alright. I like that little pose he does. It's like the same animation that Piantissimo does when you're talking to him. And he just he does the head flipping thing. It's, sometimes
the way Egoraptor flipped out when Piantissimo, whatever his name is, called him a flab biscuit.
Yeah, it's
such a a benign kiddie thing to call somebody.
Alright, let's start with some blue Quans here, because usually in most levels you can get about 15 to 20 or so just from the first episode.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see.
Oh man, what Dragon just pointed out is so true. People, as soon as people see this Mario and another Mario running around, you'd think that they would realize, oh my gosh, that one of them's an imposter. But no, now they're probably so stupid they'll think, oh shit, no, there are 2 evil Marios running around.
That's probably true. Alright,
like
now the left one contains blue coin.
And that's his first blue coin in the whole game. We got hundreds more to get.
Yep.
But it's probably like, it's like that time in Metroid Prime 2 when like you show up after Dark Samus shows up.
Oh
and
yeah,
the
yeah,
pirates
in the
think-
pirate lore.
Yeah, it's like, oh crap.
Oh
no, there are
shit,
two
there's another
hunters.
one.
Yeah. So stupid.
You gotta kind of feel sorry for them, even though they're like, I don't know. Have you played Federation Force?
No, I have not.
They're
I
actually
imagine
pretty
that-
competent in that game.
Really?
Pirates. Yeah, they're like, they have a pretty cool kind of master plan that gets revealed over the course of the game. That's something I actually really like that game. You know, in terms of spin-off sort of dealio.
Oh my gosh, I love these little guys that like replace the Goombas in this game. They just look like
Strolling stews.
yeah, they just look like tiny little dollops of ice cream that came to life. They have these little eyes.
Oh boy.
Jeez, everything in this game is making me hungry.
Play-
The floor is covered in chocolate. The enemies look like fruit and desserts.
Alright. That is a trick to get this coin a little easier. By the way, I think the white balance should be better in this video than the stream than in.
It takes a lot for that stuff to come out of the wall.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes it can be a little glitchy, I guess. Like, you'll be shooting right at it, but the game doesn't register it. I don't know what the issue with that is sometimes, but...
Yeah, I think Bianco Hills is supposed to... I think it reminds me of Greece.
Yeah, it does kind of look a little bit like Aptos, I suppose.
You know, it's the big white walls, just that super clean architecture. Nice. Like, there's a pizza place I go to called, I think, Angelo's. And yeah, they supposedly make it the way they do in Greece.
Yeah,
They've got these amazing photos there of some of the towns.
God, come on, man.
They're the kind of towns that are built along the slope of a mountain. So you can be like at the top and just see this pile of houses going down vertically. It's beautiful.
Oh.
So wait a second, why do you keep... Oh, now I see. Because if you selected save, you'd have to wait like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if one of the reasons people hate these things is that they save every time, and that takes forever. It's much faster to just skip that crap. Alright. What else can I get in this first episode? See, I never knew that the piranha plants shot like little turnip missiles at you, because I never leave them alive long enough to find out, usually.
I'm never going to get over the fact that Mario has a gun now. And not even like a water gun like here, but like an actual
Oh,
blaster.
you're talking about the Rabbids game?
Yeah, like I can appreciate the strategy game aspect of it, but they could have done anything they wanted with Mario, and of course they gave him a gun because guns make everything cool, as we learned with such classics as Shadow the Hedgehog.
The best game of all time.
Indeed. I can't believe I called that
Yeah,
like the last
these
Sonic
bosses.
game. Is that,
Are there seriously people that think... Jesus.
I called it
Alright.
a good game in my review, which is pretty out of date as you can imagine.
Alright, it's not a glitch, heads his way, blah blah blah. Exo, you excited for Sonic Mania? I wouldn't use excited, but it looks good.
I'm gonna say I
No,
like
it's-
that this
it's
place
2D
is
Sonic.
the base of a volcano, because you might think that living near a volcano would be nasty, but well, as long as it doesn't erupt anytime soon, it's one of the best places
Yeah.
for like plants to grow, because
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff the volcano spews makes great fertilizer later on, and great soil. So you end up having these beautiful
Indeed.
places where there used to be nothing but death and fire.
Let's see. Oh, Hail Marion here. Mario Heroes Rise Again. Oh. I just noticed, when are you going to get the modern Sonic games right after the roar of bad remakes? I didn't say bad remakes, I said stuff that's more middle of the road, but guess we'll see. As I don't know, if Live and Reloaded has better aiming controls, then it's the better version by default. And I'm expecting it will. So
Oh my gosh. Dude, I hate that we haven't with rabbits at all. You are so right. Just that the rabbits are getting this like top billing treatment as if they're legit. As if we're supposed to take them seriously as these gaming icons. Right up there with the likes of Mario, good lord. Well, whatever.
yeah. We couldn't have had like a Rayman crossover, now we have to have the rabbits.
Rayman would have been perfect. And my word, I cannot believe how beautiful and colorful this place is. The grass is like the perfect shade. I mean, it's like the perfect shade
Yeah,
of green.
well, it's because I've got some color correction going on in the FrameMeister.
Oh.
Because
Wait a
usually
second.
when you just pump stuff through
Does that
component,
blue
it
coin...
gets...
Does that blue coin not appear in episode 1?
Maybe it did, but I didn't grab it back then.
Oh geez, well I hope you don't miss any.
Oh no, I might, but I doubt it. Like, I know these locations pretty well, and I have a general idea about when stuff appears. And if it's like the only stuff you can really miss is stuff that's like in the sub areas. Like usually, and stuff like the piantas like covered in muck or something.
Does this game
Otherwise,
at
it'll
least
carry
have-
over.
Does it at least have like a checklist like Jack does, where it tells you how many are in each level, just so you
Yeah.
don't.
Like right now we have 9. You just hit the Z button and go to the map, and it'll tell you how many you have.
Okay.
So you do have a checklist, but I mean, one of the things I suggested for a Sunshine HD would be something like where you found the coin, so that you'd know, like some kind of list. But you know, it's like it's enough. The little counter has always been enough for me.
Nothing's worse.
And I wouldn't
than,
recommend dropping the game and coming back to it like a week later, because then you're not going to remember.
Yeah, nothing's
That's not
worse
really like
than
the game's
like
fault.
going to the wrong level over and over again, thinking that the last collectible you missed is there, and of course it isn't.
Yeah.
It's like shouting into a void, waiting for somebody to shout back.
There's another coin down here.
I like that they brought the water
And
spiders
that'll be,
back in this game, but now they look like actual living things, not just a dot with eyes.
Yeah. They redesigned them in Galaxy 2 and they look really neat. And like, it's like one of this ice galaxy you visit early on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Now we're gonna go get PD Piranha, who, when I was a young lad, I used to refer to him as Petty Piranha.
You know what?
I didn't know how the word was pronounced.
I like how they try to make it a little more challenging to get up there this time, but with the muck everywhere and part of the bridge falling out and the guy constantly hawking loogies at you. You know, if any other company was able to handle Sunshine, they probably would have ended the story with Bowser trying to make the volcano erupt and kill everybody. I guess that's a bit of restraint on Nintendo's part to not end it that way.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering why they didn't. Now that you mention it.
I guess
Like
it would have
maybe they
been,
had like a giant goop bomb that was gonna go off and cover the entire island as like a way of getting revenge on Mario.
I mean, like the volcano literally erupting with fire, like Pompeii. But you know, why would Bowser want to do that? What's he got against the you know, the Delfino people?
Well, I don't consider that obscure because it's just kind of lying there. What else would be there? Something about that always just screamed, there's a coin there. But I think I did count that one when I did that little study thing.
Exo, stop objectifying and nick the dinga binga banga binga banga ranga da banga da. Wait, how did you do that?
¿Qué pasa?
Jay is just having a great time being a shitposter troll right now.
Oh, that he is the one who wrote that. Okay. I wouldn't give the Ratchet and Clank remake a re-break score, but probably. I mean, it's a competent enough game for what it is, but it is not. It is inferior to the original.
I like how the PD and Mario have a kind of a genuine moment there where they're both scared and they look at each other like, "Oh no, we did this." Yeah, just before they fall to the roof. Oh jeez, that is
Oh,
one.
come on, buddy.
That is one nasty outie. Ugh, and then he just vomits
Outie?
water everywhere. That's so awful. He spits up. I like how he slaps his face, you know, like to...
Yeah, it's just like, get it together, man. Come on, pal.
Like, this is probably the least gamey,
Yeah.
most alive-feeling Petey Piranha in any of these games, except for the fact that a giant arrow mysteriously appears above his belly button every time you have to hit it. It's like, oh great, thanks, I just remembered this is a video game. Thanks for reminding me.
Alright.
Trying to figure out if
Exo
those
thinks
are...
the Ratchet remake.
Trying to figure out if he's wearing polka dot like swim shorts or if he's naked. There's our next shine sprite.
Well, Side Quest Gamer, I think you should go ahead and pop in the original Ratchet and Clank again and give it another spin. It's another one of those games that, like, the first time I played it, I wasn't super impressed, but every time I've played it since,
The story
it just seems to get
man.
better.
The story in Ratchet and Clank 1 is so much better than how they handled it in the remake. I like the remake for the most part. I like the gameplay and stuff, but the story is just botched in that. You gotta watch the Gaming Brits review of it. It's like an hour long.
Yeah.
But he really breaks down. Like he really
Yeah.
makes you understand why these characters are so much more alive and likable in the original version, where they bicker and they have to get used to working with each other, and it's like they're like real people.
Even like all the side characters you meet in the levels are so much better. Like, in the original, one of my favorite characters was the resort owner on Hawaii.
You can also use our speed flippers to partake in speed swimming.
Hello?
I liked that guy. He's my favorite. And then
Hey,
they
Doc.
replaced him with... Haydox is ready to join the crawl.
Yep, we were just complaining about Ratchet and Clank the remake. How like the characters and stuff are so much blander in that version. Yeah.
I agree with you there. I like the gameplay a lot, though.
Oh yeah, we both like the gameplay. We just hate how they butchered the story. Like you could.
I mean, really, the gameplay's nothing you can't get in Tools of Destruction.
Yeah.
I know, but
It's just like the same level design, except with, you know, even a lot of the same guns come back from Tools of Destruction.
that's a fair point. But I guess I just like having the updated visuals along with it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the graphics were pretty good, but
I just wish that the
I'm not sure why the
characters-
PS4 Pro can't handle 60 FPS.
Yeah. Man, that was so weird. Like you play Tools of Destruction, the frame rate is like
Dicks.
perfect, and then you
Wow.
get
Yeah.
to you get to a crack in time, and it's like okay, sometimes the frame rate dips a little bit, but it still goes back to 60 sometimes for like half the game, at least inside the Great Clock when you're playing as Clank. And then after that, they just completely gave up on never reaching 60 FPS again.
Oh, for
Yeah.
are you talking about the PS3 games?
Yeah, I mean, the first couple PS3 games, that's Tools of Destruction and
Quest for
Crack
Booty.
in Time, they had 60 FPS
Oh,
for the most part, and then every other game after that was 30.
wait. So the
So I guess-
PS4 one?
Yeah, the PS4 one's 30.
I mean,
And
it's
you
still
can
like
you can get it to 4. It's a consistent 30, but still,
yeah.
like I'll take a consistent frame rate over like a variable one, but you know.
I know it's a
And
weird
speaking of
thing to bring
variable-
up. It's just like when you play the old PS2 ones, there's a certain
Well-
clarity to them. You can see like everything you're doing perfectly. And when you go to like Tools of Destruction, it's got that same feeling. It's like nothing's changed except it looks like more detailed now. And then you get to some of the ones where they lower the frame rate. It's like, oh, I guess it's more like I'm watching a movie now. You know what I mean? Like it just in terms of that. But anyway, my biggest
Yeah,
problem with the remake. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Like that completely. I mean, would you say that you don't like how much would you say the fact that the story is bad detracts from the game as a whole? Just out of curiosity.
not
I mean-
much. It just gets a little distracting, especially if you played the old version, because you get to all these scenes and all you can think about is like, man, it was so much funnier in the old one. Oh well, back to the gameplay, back to shooting stuff, which is still good. Again, it's just the story is a little distracting.
Hey, I guess Retropolis Zone is here. It is in the chat. Let's...
Jeez, apparently he's waiting for us to...
Frames more than the movie. That's true.
Only one of us is into that.
I guess my problem is, like, the characters. Like, one could very easily argue that, oh, come on, the characters in the old game were stupid. They were all just some, like, exaggerated archetype or stereotype, like the General and Battalia. It's like, okay, well, look at the General and...
Next time you go AWOL, I'm gonna shoot you myself!
And then the plumber makes, a second appearance in that level at the turret. And then in the new game, they just got a generic Galactic Ranger girl who says things like, oh yeah, take him out, or I don't know, whatever hyper-generic lines she has. And I'm like, I don't care about you. You're not the least bit interesting to me, but they expect me to take you as legit because, I don't know, like focus group testing or whatever. You know?
Yeah. It's like I don't really know who to blame for the story. I don't know if I'm supposed to, if it was mostly a problem with the studio that produced the film, that's Rainmaker, or if it was...
I'm pretty sure it's them, because I think that's a big problem with the whole thing,
Just-
you know?
Ratchet, like, basically giving up and putting his hands behind his head and laying down, looking up at the night sky. He'll never be a ranger. That is so unbearably cliche. Oh jeez, okay. If ever there was like a seminar where you'd go there and they tell you how to craft the perfect seed for your new movie. It's like, that's what they would tell you to do. They give you like all these tips, like, here's how you craft a seed. Here's what you do for the maximum emotional impact. And it's like, yeah, okay, but I don't care. This is like how a robot would do it. How a robot would write a script for a movie, like assuming this is what resonates with humans. But anyway, I'm done writing about that. Back to Sunshine, I guess. Are these like, cloud enemies based on anything from any past game, like the flying condoms from Yoshi's Island?
Condom.
The flying condoms. I've never...
I want to hear about that game. I don't care about flying condoms.
I really like these tight ropes. It's a mechanic they never brought back.
Yeah. Twas cute. Take your damn clothes off, sexy-o.
I like how they set up some of these red coins on like a pathway along the wall.
It's good game design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I guess I neglected to mention, is that most of the red coins that they do in the game are like in Mario 64, they were like all across the level, but in this game they're usually in like one contained area. You just kind of grab them. By the way, look at that pre-rendered Delfino Plaza in the skybox.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. I do like that you can see other areas from within these levels, though. It's pretty great. It gives you all the sense of scale.
My waifu is Denise Marmalade.
Who? What the fuck?
Denise Marmalade.
I know.
You don't have to repeat it again. You can just tell me.
She's the police girl from the Misadventures of Tron Bonne.
Yes, thank you.
You blow her up
Nick
a lot.
knows what's up. She's cute and precious.
She gets exploded a bunch of times. I'm amazed she survived.
My waifu is Garfield. Boy.
That's a good choice. That
He's a little boy.
Did
you play the Crash Nikon?
Huh?
Did I play what now?
The Crash remake?
I think it was.
Oh no, not yet.
Did I play what?
The Crash Bandicoot remake.
No. I have not, but I should. I saw your video about it. I liked it.
Thank you. I was just wondering what you guys thought about it, but
I think it looks good.
yeah,
And not spelled with two O's. I mean, good.
Yeah.
That's the proper modern way to say it, because our language is always changing. Everybody's gonna say it that way from now on.
but I was playing it again today.
Forever and ever.
I just like I was taking a break from stuff. I was just playing it, and it was fun.
Oh man, I can relate
I mean-
so much to EXO, like going after every last speck of this stuff right now. I used to do that. I could,
Yeah,
As a kid, that's what I always did.
it's like
This
I'd
is
be in
not a
these
speed
levels.
run.
I'd be in these levels twice as long as I should have been, just because I had to hunt down every last speck of the stuff. My OCD and my autism.
Fun fact: when I was a kid, or when I was like a 13-year-old, I held like a world record for this game. For speed
You know what?
run.
Yeah, hey Docs.
Is that-
earlier we were saying
Are
that
you
like
screwing with us, or is that true?
Under a different username, but I'll never tell.
hey Docs, earlier
Yeah,
we
it's
were
probably
talking
has
about
some-
what the goop looks like. We think the goop in this level looks like somebody ate a bunch of s'mores and threw them up. Like it just
Reminds
looks
me
like
of a brown
molten
cow.
chocolate mixed with marshmallow.
Reminds me of a brown cow. Ones
It
that make
does.
chocolate milk.
I knew this where you were going. I think it's such
Yeah.
a cute idea.
Leave that as a kid.
Yeah. I'm glad they added the white
Alright.
streaks, because if they didn't, it really would just look like a septic tank exploded.
Or even if it was just white, it would just look like coated all over.
I was trying to avoid that earlier because I mentioned, I'm glad they mixed that stuff up with like white stuff so it doesn't look like shit. And Next was like, wait, what stuff are you talking about? I'm like, I do what it says.
Oh no! Yeah, I knew you were talking about the paint all along. I must have gotten confused on something else.
Side quest gamer.
This guy has a
Why are
coin.
you throwing shade at EXO? Jeez.
Who?
Jesus. Side
Who's
quest gamer.
throwing
We don't use that
Oh.
type of language around here. I'm gonna have to
Thy
time you
side
out.
queest gamer. More like the side queef gamer.
Very fun.
That was a terrible
Ooh,
joke
and
brought
there's
to you
the
by
harbor.
Exio.
You know what? Has anybody ever tried to go down there? Like, seen if they could slide down the hill and end up in another level?
Yeah, I think I tried to go somewhere, but all that happened was I hit the wall.
Oh geez, at least that
There's an
at least
invisible wall.
that Pokey got you as good as you got him. Oh, and you can even see
Yeah.
the park from here. Oh wow, you can see everything from this place. This is a pretty high elevation now that I think about it.
Just another blue coin down.
Matt Pet's
Let's
videos
go.
make him want to die.
Also, hey,
You saw
Docs,
that chicken
earlier,
nugget thumbnail?
I was just saying that I think a part why this place looks so beautiful is because it's on like the side of a volcano. If you look at any volcano that hasn't erupted in a long time, you'll see that the stuff there's very lush. It's like some of the most beautiful.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, some of the most beautiful, lively places on Earth are near where volcanoes erupted sometime in the past. It's like stuff just starts growing there like mad.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what cools down, of course.
Environmental science. When I was in junior.
Nice.
Yeah, I always wanted to live near Pompeii or an active volcano, just to test my luck, you know.
It reminds me of Uncharted 4, when it's like you get so used to everything falling apart in every place you go to that they even
Oh,
call
yeah.
out that book like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if this volcano erupted while we're here? It's like, yeah, no, I checked that just because I thought that might happen. No, it's extinct.
That's
I
great.
love that. That's such a great scene.
Did you ever play all of? Did you guys play all of the Uncharted games?
Nope, I've only played
Except
4.
for the Vita one, yes.
My brother's played the others. He likes them all, but he says that none of them are like quite on the level that 4 is.
Yeah.
I really liked 2 a
And
lot.
he showed me some of the 3rd one, and it deals with stuff like the Nephilim and devil people and stuff. I'm like, eh. I kind of prefer the 4th one just because it's a straight-up treasure hunt. No weird mysticism behind it.
Kind of all the games have a little bit of that in there, but I suppose 4 really downplayed that. Alright, you guys enjoying those blue shadows? Alright, petty piran whore. Let's get you. It's another inside joke from the Zebros playthrough that nobody will get except for me. I guess Haydox because he watched it a long time ago.
What is that? Repeat that.
You know, PD Paranhor from the Zebros
yeah.
playthrough?
I remember that. Oh, those were the days.
My word, those clouds are going by fast.
Still want another playthrough of Spyro: A Hero's Tale.
You might get it on the solo channel someday.
Oh yeah. You know, I once rewatched that whole series one time.
Jesus.
I still don't understand what those little piggies are. Like, what are they? How are they alive? Are they like sentient water balloons?
Game
or
theory.
they-
Ask Matt
yeah.
Eh, chicken nuggets can save your life.
I still don't get why
It's
people
true.
give him such a hard time. He just makes dumb videos, whatever. And he makes some really good videos. Mostly
alright,
about
let
the
me
YouTube
explain.
I think
algorithm.
it's because I think it's like at first when people were younger they watched him and thought he was like genuinely good, but then at some point they
Oh, wait, no,
realized
I know why. It's
how
because
stupid
he
it
gave
is.
the
About
Pope
this.
a
Let me
Steam
explain
code.
to you everything wrong with Matt Pat.
He gave the Pope a Steam code.
Number
As a peace
one,
offering.
his Twitter page is stolen jokes and stolen memes. That's and it's just very stupid how literally everything he tweets is a quote that he steals. He's also very narcissistic. You can look at this one video where he literally films himself going down a line of fans giving people high fives.
Seeing
He also
pop is the worst thing. Like,
he
oh
also
no, I'm dead.
has a terrible YouTube gaming show. He also is a dick in public to other creators. He thinks so highly of himself that he asks people for their sub counts. And it's like, come on, dude. I don't like that. He deserves. Nobody deserves the hate, but if he deserves to be looked at critically, you know, just as you or I. Because also the videos he makes, that he takes them seriously is also dumb. Like, if you're gonna make a video about why Sans' nests, then you got to expect somebody to say like, "Oh, that's kind of stupid."
Okay, yeah, no, I get it now. See,
And
up
he
until this
complained
point,
about getting
I've only, like,
hate.
watched-
He did this really
Yeah, sorry.
narcissistic thing where he manipulated, like, the whole thing YouTubers do when they talk to their audience. They go like, this is really hard to talk about. The forced
Yeah.
sigh. They look to the side. They cry. And it's so dumb. He made this video where he's like, the hate.
I think
It's
I get
just-
it now. Yeah, sorry. See, up until now, I've only
Manipulation.
sat through some of his videos, and I haven't even watched a lot of his videos. I just watched some and thought, oh, okay, it's pretty cool. Like
His
the
worst
Walking Dead
video.
one where
He also steals theories from Reddit. He takes credit for a bunch of theories he doesn't even do.
Just
That's
like
what bugs
how
me,
you
too.
and King K are the same person.
Well, we don't plan that. That's different. Rogue One theory where he was like, "Oh, they are the Knights of Ren," and he's like, "This is my theory." I think he literally said that in one of his videos. He didn't say this was my theory. Lines of "I was just thinking about this," when that theory has been literally just all around since the day Rogue One came out. And shit like that. It's like you take a bunch of theories that are popular and then you make a YouTube video about them.
Oh.
I hate that. I hate
think get it now.
when people do that. 'Cause
I
it's-
just like the ones where he like doesn't even theorize stuff, but he just sort of breaks things down. Like the one about The Walking Dead, where it's like I never realized why they were slowing the show down to a crawl, whereas earlier seasons could take place months apart. Now they're just like days apart, and you might have an entire season within the span of a day, like a season of 24. And he said,
Wait.
"Oh well, just look at the zombies. They're getting to that point where soon they're just gonna fall apart and not be able to move, and they won't be a threat anymore. Then the show can end." It's like, oh, so they don't want the show to end because the zombies are like really dying.
I don't think the writers are that smart for that show. I
I don't
honestly
know, but like you look at the special effects of the zombies.
garbage.
It's like for a while the zombies didn't look that nasty, but now they're getting to a point where they're just like walking lumps, and it's like, oh, they're not gonna be that big of a threat in a while. I just think it's something important for people to take into account zombie stories, because people just assume, oh, well, if zombies were a thing and they like took over the world, they'd always be a danger. But here's the thing: if you cut down the world's population that much, well, when those zombies are gone, you're not going to see like as high of a rate of people getting bitten or turning into new zombies. So they might not be that big of a problem.
No, I think that's an interesting concept. I just disagree with the fact that he has to present it in such a way where he takes credit for the idea.
Okay.
And I don't hate Hasselhoff. I don't hate MatPat. I just think that change the things he does on YouTube. Some things
Wait
are
a second. Mike, does this water not hurt you when you're under the mucky surface?
Only from the surface. Like, usually
smart.
I don't get... Usually, well, I mean, I don't think you can swim under it in anywhere except for that place that area I just swam down through. That blue coin is available in future episodes, but I think they expect you to do it there, so I just wanted to try it for once in my life.
You can
You
swim
know what I
down.
would really like? I wish they made it so, like, when you spray this, you sort of create a clean portion of the lake. It's sort of like the way you spray the muck, on land. I would like it if you spray some of this water and you get sort of a pathway. But they don't do that. But it would be cool if they did. Especially since you could go as far as you want, because, hey, you've got an unlimited supply of water to refill Flood with. You can just keep going. Oh my gosh, I am surprised you did not die there. I thought you were gonna touch the muck in that cave and like, oops!
Man.
Guys, stop objectifying MatPat!
I think... Oh, sorry, my dog was being weird. Oh,
He just
anyway. I think MatPat... I mean, I'm not a big fan of theory channels anyway, except for ones that, like, I like AltSwiftX because I'm into Game of Thrones, and he credits the sites he finds research from, and I'm into that. Since
I like Hybrid
I discuss
Network.
a lot
He
of
makes some
things
pretty
on
good
Reddit.
videos.
I think it's important to, what needs to be credited, and there's a great importance in that.
Yeah.
I disagree with taking something like that, and like the whole thing of being unoriginal in the way you present things too. Because if you're gonna steal something, at least be a little bit original about it.
Yeah.
An audio tutorial from YouTube from this guy that had less subscribers than he did, and he pawned it off as his own, and that was pretty, I wouldn't say infuriating, but I just hate to see that happen to people.
It's funny how because he like kept making
Will Sly
videos
have a
for-
son in Sly 5 Super Cooper 2017?
I mean, I agree with you, Hasselhoff, that they are entertaining. I like entertaining, but when the person behind it is that type of person, I won't watch it. That's the thing.
God dang, I had something I wanted to say. I forgot. Whatever. Oh yeah, now I remember. I found it kind of funny how, like, because he made those Five Nights at Freddy's video every time a new one was released. I don't even think it was so much him, like, doing it for views so much as everyone wanted him to make more, so he had to keep doing it. Because, like, in every one, he has to retract certain theories he made in the last one because, oh, I guess that doesn't work with the story anymore, so here's a new, like, amended theory.
I mean, it's pretty obvious why
Theory.
It's pretty obvious why he wanted to keep doing it, because each video racked in a bunch of views and thus ad revenue.
Yeah, but they look like they were a pain to make. Like it's a chore and the views are his allowance.
I mean, it is his job.
Yeah. One thing, it's weird.
Because, alright, hold on.
Go ahead.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm going to lose this idea if I don't say it. Because if you find something that works, and say you're in a business or this is your job, wouldn't you want to continue the thing that works? That like
I guess,
to
but
really
Oh,
milk
shit.
the
if
shit
it
out of
gets
it.
to be like so boring and forced that you eventually grow to hate it.
But is
I
the
guess
money
I'll
worth
deal
it?
with If the money is worth it, then great. I have a friend who just started going like worming. I think he starts today. He only has to work 3 hours a day because you can only do it when the tide is at a certain place, and you just go digging for worms at the beach. And but it pays well because you know if you can only work so many hours, well you know they don't have you have to do something else. And he might not like it that much, but if it gives him more free time and he can like actually live the rest of the day, then great. He gets to go to the beach. Anyway, I was gonna say it's funny the way the YouTube algorithm works now, how they emphasize watch time over just views. I guess that works for those of us guys whose videos tend to be longer. We can hold people's attention. Only trouble is that this happened at a time where it's like I don't have time to make super long videos anymore. But I guess it makes sense that people are doing so many streams now. So this can go on as long as they want.
I still think your content has a place, though. You know.
Thanks. Yeah, again, I just don't have that much time. I have scripts
Yeah.
for 2 new reviews, and they're both under 20 minutes long. And once I get the footage I need, I'll probably be able to edit each one within a day.
Yeah.
And that's really the only way I can do it now, because most of the rest of my time has to go towards other things. By the way, this is the last chance I'll have to say this. It's kind of funny, like every time you've gotten a new shine, that cutscene plays. It's like they're just pestering, like, come on, go to this one already. Kill the black. What are you doing going back into Bianco Hills? Get to the harbor already. It's like, no, I want to do this.
Yeah. I think I did that as a kid. Like, I didn't... Like, I think I beat Gooper Blooper 3 before I beat Gooper Blooper 2. So it's just like, oh, you fight him a second time. And I heard from someone that apparently has an extra attack in the second fight in Rico Harbor that he doesn't have in the third one.
Wow.
It's like, eh. Alright, there should be a bird around here somewhere. Give me the bird.
By the way, I like how
I'm not
a lot
talking
of the
about the middle
enemies are
finger.
built around using flood. Like how the smaller piranhas now you spray them in the mouth
There he
until
is.
they explode. And it's almost like if you run into one of those before you fight the boss, well that teaches you how to deal with the boss. Again, that's good game
There we
design.
go.
You're trying to spray a bird?
I've taken classes on game design.
Yeah. Oh my word, I just noticed the
Where'd you
water's
go,
kind of
you
sparkly
little fucker?
over here.
Aha! No! Gotcha. There we go. Oh. I was way off. Alright, that's 26. There's one at the top of the windmill.
Jeez, from behind, like when you...
Jesus Christ,
Oh,
I'm not
jeez.
anywhere near that stupid thing.
When you're spraying with flood from behind the
The
camera
bee's
zoom
nest
in,
has one.
it looks like
There's the
he's
butterfly.
vomiting. I mean, well, like he's heaving. It's like the pump goes up and down, like.
It's an interesting thought.
But jeez.
Let's see. Should be well on track to complete this level.
Oh my word! You have to go
I'll
all
have
the
to
way
come
up
back,
there.
Yoshi.
Oh, this is gonna be
Let's
fun to
see.
watch. I don't think I've ever completed this section.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright. Hey Docs, you've 100%ed this game before, right?
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah, I
Alright.
did a Let's Play. That was the first thing I did on YouTube.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah. I've 100% of this game a lot. I've do some speed runs. I mean,
So wait a second. This is 2 Red Coin missions.
Yep.
That's.
This one's in a different part of the stage, though. And it is harder.
Yeah, no, I
It's
just
on
think
the-
it's neat how they were able to make the most of the level that way. They probably wouldn't have done that if they had more levels. This is me again. Like only half as many levels as the last time. I just make you collect twice as many red stars. I mean, coins. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, technically this world has 4 if you count the like both of those secret stages we went to.
Oh yeah.
When you go into them a second time, they have red coins in them. So technically, there are 4 red coin missions in this level. But most other stages don't have red coins in them, or they do something different with them. Like in Rico Harbor, it's like a thing where you're on the blooper and you got to get them all, and it's really quick.
See, one thing I like about this game, and Flood in particular, it doesn't feel like a lot of modern Mario games where, oh, you get the ice flower here, and you're only supposed to use it in this level, where it's like you need it in order to survive this section, or, you know, here's this power-up, you can't make it through this level without that. I think that is so annoying when they do that, when they set up these, like, perfect little scenarios that play out a certain way. This game gives you so much more freedom.
I don't know, I kind of like those sections.
I guess, no, I mean, I don't mind there being some of them. It's just that when they say, like, they make almost every level in a Mario game like that, it just makes it more predictable.
You're thinking more like New Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, that's what yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were talking more like Galaxy.
Nah, I think Galaxy is fine. It only has a few situations that are really like that.
Yeah.
I had this idea.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks really pretty from up here. What was your idea?
I had an idea to create a channel that would try to satirize every popular YouTuber by making daily vlogs. The style of things like that.
I think you should probably not push your luck.
And what, you were going to be like a different YouTuber and like constantly change your personality?
I'd make a new personality, but I need people to get in on the joke.
Oh,
And that was an idea that I had while I was walking today. I was like, maybe.
Everyone smash that like button!
Buddy, smash that like button. Go to audible.com for a free audiobook. .com.
Yeah.
I won't.
Right.
You know, it's some people, like, I think at least one person suggested to me trying to get, like, somebody to read my book aloud so it could become an audiobook. I'm like, it wouldn't work so well with a comic, because a comic doesn't have a narrator most of the time telling you what this place looked like or which character said that. You just have somebody reading the word speech bubbles back and forth, and you'd have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I don't think audiobooks really work out for the comic medium, you know?
Oh man, I'm sure somebody's tried that at least once. The thing about audiobooks is most people, they don't like look at the book and listen to the audiobook at the same time. They listen to audiobooks when they're in the car, when they're driving to pick up their kids or something like that, and they can point their eyes elsewhere.
Right. That's sort of what you do with anything, I suppose. Like a podcast. I know I don't sit there and